before the forest moves, before the river breaks the morning light. Something heavier than silence walks between the trees, not fast, not hurried, but certain, each step deliberate, each breath a quiet cloud in the cold air. For millions of years, through ice ages, through collapsing forests, through the rise and fall of civilizations, they have endured, massive, patient, unapologetically wild. This is not merely an animal. It is a force of the northern world, a shadow on snow, a presence older than memory. This is the bear. Across forests, across mountains, across frozen seas and open tundra, a lineage endures. The bears, members of the family Ursidae, classified among the dog-like carnivorans. Yet, unlike any other, only 8 species remain today. And yet, their presence stretches across much of the northern hemisphere, and even into parts of the southern world, from North America to South America, to the vast lands of Eurasia. Modern bears share a formidable design: massive bodies, stocky legs built for strength, long snouts, small rounded ears, thick, shaggy fur, plantigrade paws with 5 powerful claws that never retract, and a short, almost hidden tail. Not all bears feed the same way. The polar bear, a hunter of ice and seal, is largely carnivorous. The giant panda, patient among bamboo forests, feeds mostly on plants. The remaining species walk a middle path, omnivores, adapting their diet to what the land provides. Bears are typically solitary. They move alone, except in courtship, or when a mother guides her young. They may roam under daylight skies, or under the cover of night. Their sense of smell is extraordinary, among the finest in the animal kingdom. Though heavy in form and seemingly slow, they can run with surprising speed, climb with strength, swim with ease. Caves, hollow logs, sheltered earth, these become their dens. And when winter tightens its grip, many bears withdraw into long months of hibernation, a silence that can last for nearly 100 days. For thousands of years, humans have hunted bears for meat, for fur, for spectacle, forced into cruel entertainments. Yet they have also stood as symbols of power, of strength, of wilderness itself, in myth, in art, in story. Today the threat is different. Habitat loss, encroachment, illegal trade, parts sold in shadowed markets. 6 species are now listed as vulnerable or endangered. Even those considered stable face local extinction in parts of their range. International protection exists, but poaching continues. And so the fate of the bear rests not only in the forest, but in the choices of humankind. Among the carnivores that walk the earth, the bear family stands apart. They include the most massive land-dwelling members of the order Carnivora. And at the summit of that scale stands the polar bear, the largest living bear species. An adult male can weigh between 350 and 700 kilograms, stretching nearly 3 meters from nose to tail, a predator of ice, built for endurance in the harshest climate on Earth. At the other end of the spectrum is the sun bear, the smallest of all bears, weighing as little as 25 kilograms, compact, agile, adapted to the forests of Southeast Asia. Yet even the smallest bear carries the unmistakable strength of its lineage. But today's giants are not the largest the world has known. In prehistoric North and South America, short-faced bears once roamed. Colossal. Some are estimated to have weighed over 1,600 kilograms. Standing more than 3 meters tall when upright, true titans of a vanished age. For bears living in temperate and Arctic regions, size is not constant. Through summer and autumn, they feed relentlessly, building thick reserves of fat, preparing for winter, and when the cold tightens, when food disappears, their bodies endure long months of scarcity. Weight drops, energy slows, and the cycle begins again with the return of spring. Bears carry their power in more than muscle. Their ears are small, rounded, designed to conserve heat in harsh climates. Their hearing is not extraordinary, nor is their sight especially sharp. Yet, unlike many carnivores, bears see in color, a subtle advantage, one that may help them distinguish ripe fruit from unripe, to recognize the difference between nourishment and waste. They lack something many predators possess: sensitive whiskers along the muzzle, the tactile guides that other carnivores rely on. But what they lack in touch, they compensate for in scent. Their sense of smell is remarkable, stronger than that of a dog, perhaps stronger than almost any other mammal. Through scent, they communicate, warning rivals, detecting potential mates, tracing distant prey, uncovering hidden food. Smell is their primary guide through the landscape. It leads them across forests, across tundra, across mountains and coastlines. And coupled with this sense is memory. Powerful, precise. Bears remember where food was found, where berries ripened, where carcasses lay. The world, for a bear, is a map drawn in scent and written in memory. Honorostel. Across 60 nations, bears still roam, primarily in the Northern Hemisphere, concentrated across Asia, North America, and Europe. Yet there are exceptions. In South America, high within the Andes, the spectacled bear endures, a shadow among cloud forests. In Southeast Asia, the sun bear crosses below the equator, small in size, but vast in range. Once, in North Africa, the Atlas bear walked from Morocco to Libya, a subspecies of the brown bear, now gone, vanished in the 19th century. Of all living bears, the brown bear is the most widespread. From Western Europe, across the vast sweep of Asia, into the western reaches of North America, where it is known as the grizzly. The American black bear remains within North America. The polar bear belongs to the Arctic, and the remaining species are found in Asia. Their habitats are as varied as their forms: tropical rainforests, coniferous woods, broadleaf forests, prairies and steppes, mountain grasslands, alpine slopes of stone, Arctic tundra, and in the far north, floating ice. Bears shape their homes within the land. They dig into hillsides, retreat into caves, take shelter in hollow logs, or disappear into dense vegetation. Wherever they live, they adapt, because survival belongs to those who endure. In the quiet rhythm of the wilderness, most bears walk alone. Brown bears, American black bears, are largely diurnal, active beneath the sun, moving through forests in daylight hours, yet even they may forage under cover of darkness. Other species embrace the night, nocturnal, silent in shadow, though female sloth bears with cubs often feed by day, avoiding rivals, avoiding predators that rule the dark. Among carnivores, Bears are perhaps the most solitary of all. They are not pack hunters. They are not communal. They do not seek constant company. Encounters are rare. A mother with her cubs, or a brief gathering when food is abundant, a river thick with salmon, a carcass too large to ignore. But even then, tension lingers. Male bears may fight violently. Dominance matters. Old males often carry scars, across muzzle, across shoulders, across thick hide, evidence of battles long past. Yet solitude does not mean isolation. Through scent, they sense the world. With extraordinary precision, a carcass can be detected from kilometers away, a hidden berry patch, a potential mate, a rival intruding too close. Even their own cubs are recognized by scent alone. For the bear, the forest is not silent. It is layered with invisible signals, and they walk through it, reading what others cannot see. Brown bears, grizzlies, and both species of black bears, at times take large ungulates, deer, bovids, usually the young, the weak, the vulnerable. The attack is rarely prolonged. A short rush, an ambush, a sudden surge of mass and muscle. Hidden fawns may be detected by scent alone, tracked, exposed, overpowered. The polar bear hunts differently, a predator of ice. It stalks seals from the frozen edge, waiting, silent, patient, or breaking into snow dens with crushing force. Feeding primarily on blubber, dense, energy-rich, essential for Arctic survival. When bears kill large prey, it is done with raw strength. Powerful bites, heavy paw strikes. There is no refined precision as seen in big cats or wolves. No throat hold, no suffocation technique, just overwhelming force. And young bears learn this behavior from their mothers. Observation, imitation, experience. But bears are not only hunters, they are scavengers, opportunists, kleptoparasites. They steal food caches from rodents. They claim carcasses from other predators. If meat is found, it is used. For hibernating species, wait is survival. Before winter, feeding becomes relentless. A brown bear may consume over 40 kilograms of food in a single day, gaining 2 to 3 kilograms of fat daily, fuel for the long silence of winter. Though often solitary, bears are not silent. They speak in sounds and in gestures. Soft tongue clicks, low grunts, gentle chuffing. These are the sounds of calm, of familiarity. A mother and her cubs, a pair during courtship. But when tension rises, the tone changes. Moaning, huffing, snorting, a forceful blast of air, signals of stress, of discomfort, of warning. A sharp bark can cut through the forest, an alarm, a burst of excitement, or a signal that reveals the bear's presence. And when conflict begins, the sounds deepen, jaw clicking, lip popping, teeth chattering, bellows, growls, roars, pulsing rhythmic threats, aggression given voice. Cubs, too, have their language. High squeals, bawls of distress, bleats and screams when frightened, and when safe, when nursing. They hum, a soft, motor-like vibration, contentment, connection. For a creature often alone, the bear is never truly without a voice. Not all communication is sound. Sometimes, silence is louder. A bear may rise onto its hind legs, standing tall, expanding its silhouette, exaggerating size, a visual warning. Chest markings in certain species intensify the display. Color, contrast, attention drawn to power. A fixed stare is not curiosity. It is aggression, a challenge. Facial markings in spectacled bears and giant pandas may emphasize the eyes, drawing focus during tense encounters. Two bears may approach with stiff-legged steps, head lowered, body rigid. Dominance is asserted face to face. Canine teeth revealed, muzzle twisted, neck stretched forward, strength without movement. If submission follows, the posture changes. The body turns sideways, the head drops, the gaze softens. The bear may sit or lie down. Conflict avoided. But bears speak in scent as well. They urinate upon trees, rub their massive bodies against bark, claw the surface, bite into wood. A message left behind, a territorial signature. Some spread bark around the marking post, drawing attention to their claim. Pandas mark territory with urine and a waxy secretion from anal glands. Polar bears leave scent in their very tracks. Invisible trails across endless Arctic ice. In the vast wilderness, a bear may walk alone, but it is never unannounced. When spring returns and the long cold begins to fade, another cycle unfolds, the mating season. In bears, partnership is not simple. Their system has been described as polygyny, as promiscuity, even as serial monogamy. It is fluid, driven by opportunity, driven by instinct. During breeding season, males become alert to the presence of females. Scent carried on wind signals readiness. Females, in turn, become more tolerant of approaching males. A male may remain near a single female for days, sometimes weeks, testing her reproductive state, watching, waiting, guarding. Rivals are not welcome. Competition is real. The strongest often prevails. Courtship itself may be brief, a moment, a decision. But in some Asian species, the ritual grows longer. Wrestling, hugging, mock fights, vocal exchanges, a display of strength and intention. Mating can last up to 30 minutes. And in many species, ovulation is triggered by the act itself, even in solitude. The rhythm of life continues. After mating, time passes quietly. Gestation in bears lasts 6 to 9 months, including a remarkable pause, delayed implantation, a strategy of timing, ensuring birth aligns with survival. A litter may include up to 4 cubs. In giant pandas, twins are possible, but often only one survives, the other too weak to compete. In northern species, birth occurs during winter dormancy, deep within the den, in darkness, in stillness. Cubs enter the world blind, helpless, with little more than a thin layer of fur. They rely entirely on their mother, for warmth, for protection, for life. Her milk is rich in fat, rich in antibodies, fuel for rapid growth. Cubs may nurse for up to a year, by 2 to 3 months. They step beyond the den, following their mother into the world, usually on foot, though sloth bear cubs ride upon her back. Male bears play no role in raising the young, and sometimes they become a threat. Infanticide has been recorded in polar bears, brown bears, and American black bears. A brutal strategy, killing cubs to bring the female back into estrus. When danger approaches, cubs may flee, and the mother stands her ground, fighting with everything she has, even at the cost of her own life. As the seasons turn, the cubs grow, stronger, more certain on their feet. In some species, by the following spring, they become independent, stepping away from their mother's shadow, beginning a solitary path. Yet others remain longer, staying beside her until she mates again. And the cycle begins anew. Sexual maturity arrives soon after dispersal. At 3 4, sometimes 6 years of age. It varies with species, with environment, with survival itself. Male Alaskan brown bears and polar bears may continue growing for more than a decade, reaching full size only around 11 years. Giants forged slowly by time. Lifespan, too, differs among species. The brown bear may live an average of 25 years if it survives winter, conflict, and the changing world around it. Life for a bear is not measured only in years, but in seasons endured, in winters survived, in cubs raised, and in the quiet strength that passes from one generation to the next. When winter tightens its grip and the world turns white, bears of the northern regions withdraw. American black bears, grizzlies, they enter a state that appears like sleep, but it is far more complex. Hibernation, metabolism slows, body temperature drops 4 to 7 degrees Celsius. The heart, which once beat 55 times per minute, may slow to as few as 9. A transformation deep within muscle, within the heart itself. A protein called myosin enters a super-relaxed state. Energy consumption falls dramatically. ATP usage remains minimal. And so the bear endures the long winter. Without eating, without drinking, without urinating, without defecating, for months. Within the colon, a fecal plug forms, sealed, preserved, expelled only when spring returns. If enough fat was stored in autumn, muscle remains strong, protein is conserved, waste urea is recycled within the body. Nothing is wasted. Larger bears carry greater fat reserves, yet smaller bears can sometimes hibernate longer. Their bodies cool further, spending even less energy to survive. And in the stillness of this suspended time, life continues. Female bears give birth during hibernation, awakening briefly, only to bring new life into a silent den beneath the snow. Winter does not stop the bear. It slows it. And in that stillness, strength is preserved. Bears are survivors of ice ages and ancient forests, creatures shaped by strength, by patience, by extraordinary adaptability. From myth to constellations in the night sky, from polar ice to the deepest wilderness, their presence lives on, not only in nature, but in human imagination. Today, their greatest challenge is not cold, not hunger. It is us. If bears endure, it will mean we have finally learned not to conquer nature, but to live beside it. The fate of the bear is not separate from ours. It is a reflection of the future we choose.